This is your weekly report on corruption in the Philippine government. The police are on the lookout for the two suspects in the shooting of a barangay chief in Santa Maria, Bulacan, on Friday evening. Police Colonel Ray Leonardo identified the victim as Julian Rasilas, 59, married, and chairman of Barangay Magasorang Sapa in Santa Maria, Bulacan. Two unidentified suspects shot Rasilas in front of the barangay hall, Leonardo said. Rasilas suffered 2 gunshot wounds and was immediately rushed to Regaciano M. Mercado Memorial Hospital for treatment. Leonardo said the victim is now in stable condition but added that the attending physician has recommended the transfer of Rasilas to Bulacan Medical Center Provincial Hospital. Police investigation showed that the gun attack took place at around 8:30 p.m. while Rasilas was outside the barangay hall. 2 suspects on board a black motorcycle appeared and one of them shot the victim twice in the abdomen. The suspects fled after the shooting. Operatives from the Santa Maria police station immediately conducted an investigation and manhunt to find the suspects. 3 soldiers were nabbed and suspected shabu worth 340,000 pesos was seized in a buy-bust operation in Barangay Anupal here on Sunday night, the 4th of February. The Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency TARLAC identified the suspects as Corporal Venancio D. Del Moro, Corporal Juan Carlo G. Feliciano, and Sergeant Modesto D. Riscuro. PDEA said that the suspects were considered high-value targets due to their active duty status. Recovered from the suspects were a knot-tied transparent plastic sachet containing more or less 50 grams of shabu worth 340,000 pesos, a .45 caliber service firearm with magazine and 4 bullets, a car, and the marked money. The operation was conducted with the local police. Suspects face non-bailable the case of violating Section 5, Sale of Dangerous Drugs, in relation to Section 26B, Conspiracy to Sell, under Republic Act 9165 or the Comprehensive Dangerous Drugs Act of 2002. The Supreme Court has ordered the dismissal from the service of 3 Court of Appeals employees who tested positive for shabu in 2022. In full session, SC Justices found Gary Calawan, Edmundo Malit and Frederick Mauricio administratively liable for using illegal drugs under Section 14 of Rule 140 of the Rules of Court. The CA employees tested positive for shabu in a random drug test conducted by the Appellate Court in 2022. The CA transmitted the case records to the Judicial Integrity Board, which recommended to the SC the dismissal of Calawan, Malit and Mauricio. Since Mauricio opted for early retirement, the JIB recommended that his benefits be forfeited, except his accrued leave credits, instead of dismissal from the service. The JIB also proposed that Mauricio be disqualified from holding public office. The High Court agreed with the JIB's recommendation of dismissal as penalty, considering that it was the second time that the CA employees tested positive for shabu. The House Committee on Public Order and Safety cited in contempt 2 high-ranking police officers for their apparent refusal to tell the truth in relation to the alleged unlawful arrest, arbitrary detention, extortion, and grave coercion of 4 Chinese nationals last the 20th of September 23 in Parañaque City. ACTCIS Party List Representative Owen Tulfo moved to detain Southern Police District's Brigadier General Roderick Mariano and Colonel Charlie Cabradilla for supposedly lying and showing disrespect to the committee during its probe on Monday, the 5th of February. Tulfo called out Mariano for being a disgrace to the Philippine National Police, especially to the high-ranking officers. "It's obvious that you're lying. It's obvious that they're covering up for you," Tulfo told him to his face. "This investigation is not going anywhere because they're really lying. We already have witnesses, and they don't want to talk." The lawmaker added, "We don't have a choice. It's like your committee is being insulted, played with, laughed at. Maybe they thought we're just toddlers here in Congress so we have to teach them a lesson," he told the panel chaired by Santa Rosa City Lone District Rep Dan Fernandez. The House panel cited both Mariano and Cabradilla in contempt. They were slapped with a penalty of 30 days in detention at the House premises. The 2 will join 6 other detained officers who were previously cited in contempt during a committee hearing on January 30th. Originally detained for only 15 days, the detention of the 6 officers was extended to 30 days or until such time they reconsider their statements to the panel. Fernandez bared that he expected the officers to be freed during Monday's proceedings, but he decided against it after the individuals continued to lie. "The problem is you continue lying. I would like to release them but the lying persists," noted Fernandez. The Supreme Court has suspended a judge in General Santos City for gross neglect due to a 10-year delay in deciding on a rape case. In a statement Tuesday, the High Court said it imposed a 2-year suspension on General Santos City Regional Trial Court Branch 35 Judge Oscar P. Knoll Jr. as a result of gross neglect of duty in his role as assisting judge, Justice on Wheels, in Alabal, Sarangani Province. The Office of the Court Administrator inquired about an administrative complaint alleging a prolonged delay in a criminal case under Noel's jurisdiction since 2010. Knoll clarified that another judge initially presided over the rape charges against a certain Jimmy Delator filed on the 30th of October, 2007 and that he only assumed responsibility for it on the 11th of February, 2010, concurrently presiding over 3 different courts. The case was heard in Marsim, Sarangani, with the Justice on Wheels bus traveling to and from General Santos City once a month. Knoll said infrequent hearings were caused by his high caseload and time constraints, with hearing resets taking 2 to 3 months. The Judicial Integrity Board recommended that Knoll was guilty of gross neglect of duty and mitted him with a 250,000 peso fine. The SC adopted the JIB's findings but modified the penalty to a 2-year suspension. The SC cited Invoke Section 15(1), Article 8 of the Constitution, mandating lower courts to decide cases within 3 months. Efficiency and dedication in case disposition were stressed by the SE, highlighting the inevitability of delays to the prejudice of litigants without such qualities. Judges, therefore, must possess a high sense of duty and responsibility in administering justice promptly, the court said, under Rule 140 of the Rules of Court, as amended by AM 210809 SE. The SC categorized the offense as gross neglect of duty in the performance or non-performance of official functions under Section 14D. The Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency arrested a barangay Kagordor councilor in a buy-bust operation in this town on Monday, the 5th of February. The suspect was identified as Jaime Bernard N. Peralta. PDEA Aracus Director Joel Plaza said confiscated from the suspect were 3 heat-sealed transparent plastic sachets containing suspected shabu weighing more or less 5 grams worth 34,000 pesos, a cigarette box, a motorcycle, and the bus money. Peralta faces a case for violation of Section 5, Sale of Dangerous Drugs, and Section 11, Possession of Dangerous Drugs, Article 2 of Republic Act 9165 or the Comprehensive Dangerous Drugs Act of 2002. The suspect is detained at the PDEA Pangasinan Provincial Office in Urdaneta City, Pangasinan. The Sandigan Bayan on Tuesday convicted for graft and malversation 3 former officials of the defunct Technology Resource Center for greenlighting the disbursement of a former Laguna lawmaker's pork barrel funds worth 10 million pesos for a ghost livelihood project in 2007. The Antigraft Court 6th Division sentenced former TRC Deputy Director General Dennis Cunanan, former Program Manager Maria Rosalinda Laxamana and Chief Accountant Marivic Jova to serve up to 8 years in prison for graft, and up to 18 years and 8 months for malversation of public funds. All 3 were barred for holding public office while their retirement and gratuity benefits were deemed forfeited. On top of this, they were each ordered to pay 9.8 million pesos equivalent to the misappropriated state funds. They were also ordered to solidarily refund to the Treasury Bureau the same amount, with an interest of 6% per annum until fully paid. The conviction of the 3 TRC officers was based on the irregular diversion in 2007 of $10 million in public funds from the pork barrel of then Laguna Rep Danton Buza to bankroll a livelihood program that turned out to be fictitious. According to the court, the TRC sent the funds to a bogus non-governmental organization, the Aaron Foundation Philippines Incorporated, without a notarized memorandum of agreement against Commission on Audit Rules. An MOA was later executed, but only after the funds were released to the NGO. There was also no list of beneficiaries, estimated cost, procedures for implementation and monitoring requirements. A policeman assigned to Isabela, Basilan allegedly shot his wife during a heated argument inside their house in Barangay San Jose Gusuhir on Saturday, the 3rd of February. Police identified the suspect as Police Staff Sergeant Julius Santillan Acaraza. Investigation said Acaraza repeatedly fired at his wife, Fredeline, killing her on the spot. Police recovered 3 fired cartridge cases and 2 fired bullets from a 9mm pistol in the crime scene. Acaraza escaped but was later arrested by the police. Zamboanga City Police Office Operations Officer Police Major Albert Alfaro denounced the killing in a press conference on Tuesday, the 6th of February. A barangay tanod was shot and killed on Wednesday, the 7th of February, by his younger brother in Lipa City, Batangas province on Wednesday, the 7th of February, police said Thursday. The Batangas police said in a report that Jason Ganga, 44, was driving his tricycle around 7:30 p.m. with his wife as passenger, along JP Laurel Highway in Barangay Balantorac. Suddenly, Jason's younger sibling, Jonal, 36, who had been following the couple with his motorcycle, came close to the tricycle and shot his brother using a caliber .357 gun. The suspect fled after the shooting and left his brother dead on the spot from a fatal gunshot wound on his head. His wife was unhurt in the incident. The police immediately conducted a hot pursuit operation and captured the suspect in Barangay Bulbok. The police seized the handgun used in the killing. Lipa City police said the shooting incident was motivated by an old grudge between the two brothers but did not elaborate. That's all for this week. I'll see you next week with more stories of corruption and foolishness within the Philippine government.